Now we are going to discuss about lightning conductors. What are lightning conductors? A lightning conductor is a metal rod or a wire which is fixed to an exposed part of the building or other tall structure to divert the light to the ground. You can see in the diagram the lightning conductor runs from the top to the bottom along with the outer wall of the building to be protected, and the lower end is connected to a metal plate which is buried under the ground. And suppose if lightning strike, the lightning conductors provide an easy path for the charges to pass through the ground, thus protecting the building. So lightning कंडक्टर्स क्या है? लाइटनिंग कंडक्टर जो है एक मेटल रॉड होगी या तो वायर होगा और वो बिल्डिंग के ऊपर से पूरी बिल्डिंग के ग्राउंड तक जो है वायर रन करेगी और उसका एंड जो है वो ग्राउंड के अंदर होगा. तो अगर इन केस लाइटनिंग हुई तो ये लाइटनिंग कंडक्टर जो है इसे इजी पाथ प्रोवाइड करेगा किसको? तो के चार्जेस को, और चार्जेस जो है ग्राउंड के अंदर चले जाएंगे विदाउट डैमेजिंग द building. So this is about lightning conductor. A lightning conductor is mostly used to protect the building from damaging the effect of lightning. So what are lightning conductors? I'll repeat. A metal rod or wire fixed to the exposed part of the building or tall structure to divert light to the ground and thus protect the building from damaging effect of lightning. Let us see some safety measures you have to take when thunder lightning strikes. The first one, do not take shelter under the tree, because if the lightning strike, it will harm you, as well as if the tree get struck by the lightning, it will catch fire and cause harm to us also. At that time you can stay inside the house, or even you can take shelter inside a car or bigger vehicles. Another thing, at the time of thunder and lightning is there, you don't go in open field or high grounds because it may harm you. Another thing you have to keep in mind during thunderstorm is that you don't have to touch any electrical appliances or any object made up of metal, because we already know that these objects are good conductor of electricity, and because of that we may get electric shock. So, do not touch any electrical appliances or the object made up of metals during thunderstorm. Another thing you have to take care during a thunderstorm is that do not hold up an umbrella during a thunderstorm, because the metal pointed end of the umbrella could attract a lightning strike, especially if you are at the higher level compared to other objects. So these are the few things you have to take care during a thunderstorm. That is, do not take shelter under a tree, remain inside, and if you are driving a vehicle, stay inside the vehicle such as car or other vehicles. Then do not run across the open field or high grounds. If you can't find a safe place, then squat down in a low lying places, and also do not touch any electrical appliance or object made up of metals. Now we will proceed to our next topic, that is earthquake. What is an earthquake? An earthquake is a sudden violent shaking or movement of the ground caused by disturbance in the lithosphere. So this is earthquake. But before understanding the earthquake, that is a destructive natural phenomena, we have to understand the structure of earth. The earth is not a uniform solid sphere. It is made up of distinct regions. So, the internal structure of the earth consists of the core, the mantle, the outer core, and the inner core. So, let's see them in detail. The outer covering of the earth is known as crust. So, the crust is a thin outer covering of the earth. The crust is thinner at the ocean floor than under the continents. Next is mantle. The mantle is the layer immediately beneath the crust. It is about 2,900 kilometers thick and consists of semi-solid rocks, iron, magnesium, and calcium. The next layer is known as outer core. The outer core is about 2,300 kilometers thick and it is made up of iron and nickel in the molten state, and there is small amount of sulfur is also present. Next is inner core. Inner core is about 1200 kilometers thick and it is believed to be composed of solid iron. So, these are the internal structure of the earth, which is made up of crust, mantle, outer core and inner core. The earth's crust and the upper layer of the mantle are together considered as lithosphere, and any disturbance in the lithosphere is known as earthquake. So, what is an earthquake? An earthquake is a sudden violent shaking or the movement of the ground caused by disturbance or fracture in the lithosphere. Students, the earthquake may range from mild tremors that can be rarely felt to the massive ones resulting in the widespread destruction. So, this is about the internal structure of the earth and earthquake. So, in the structure of the earth consists of, the first is the thin outer covering of the earth is called as crust. Then, after that, the layer which is present is known as mantle, and it consists of semi solid rocks, iron, magnesium, and calcium. Next comes outer core, and outer core is made up of iron and nickel in the molten state, and some sulfur is also present here. And the innermost core is entirely made up of solid iron. Students, the earth's crust and the upper layer of the mantle are together considered as a lithosphere, and the disturbance caused in the lithosphere is known as earthquake. Okay, so this is about the structure of earth and earthquake. Now, let's see about tectonic plates. We have already seen that earth is not a uniform solid. The earth's lithosphere is not one continuous piece, but it is broken into many pieces and they are known as plates. The earth is divided into 7 large plates and several small plates, and due to slow movement inside the earth, these plates move with respect to one another, and this movement of the plates result in earthquake or volcanic eruption or mountainous formation. So, the theory that the surface of the earth is made up of plates that move with respect to one another is called प्लेट टेक्टोनिक्स। सो प्लेट टेक्टोनिक की थियरी क्या है कि अर्थ का सरफेस जो है वो कंटिन्यूअस नहीं है, वो बहुत सारे छोटे छोटे पीसीस से बना है और ये पीसीस को हम प्लेट्स कहते हैं। इसमें 7 बिग प्लेट्स हैं और बहुत सारी छोटी छोटी प्लेट्स हैं और ये प्लेट्स जो है वो कंटिन्यूअस मूव करती है और इस मूवमेंट की वजह से अर्थक्वेक या तो वॉल्केनिक इरप्शन या तो माउंटेनियस फॉर्मेशन होते हैं और इस थियरी को हम प्लेट टेक्टोनिक कहते हैं। दैट इज द सरफेस ऑफ द अर्थ is made up of plates that move with respect to one another. Next, we are going to see how an earthquake occurs. Earthquake generally occurs at a plate boundary and it is known as seismic zone or fault zone. अभी हमने देखा कि अर्थ जो है वो स्मूथ सरफेस नहीं है, उसमें छोटे छोटे प्लेट्स होते हैं। अब ये प्लेट्स जो है ना एक दूसरे के साथ मूव करते हैं और इनकी मूवमेंट जो है या तो एक दूसरे से दूर जाने में होगी या तो एक दूसरे से पास में आ जाएंगे या तो अप एंड डाउन मूवमेंट होगी और ये मूवमेंट जो है प्लेट के एजेस पे होगी और उसके बाद ये प्लेट्स एक दूसरे के साथ जो है इंटरलॉक्ड हो जाएंगे और धीरे धीरे प्रेशर जो है उन प्लेट्स के बीच में बढ़ता जाएगा। एक पॉइंट इतना होगा कि प्रेशर इतना ज़्यादा बढ़ जाएगा और सडनली जो है प्लेट्स मूव करने लगेगी। किसकी वजह से? हाई प्रेशर की वजह से। और ये जब प्लेट्स मूव करेगी तो उसे हम क्या कहेंगे? अर्थक्वेक कहेंगे। सो दिस इज हाउ द अर्थक्वेक ऑकर्स। और ये हाई प्रेशर की वजह से जिस पॉइंट से दोनों प्लेट मूव करेगी उस पॉइंट को हम फोकस कहेंगे और ये अर्थ सरफेस पे इस जगह को हम एपी सेंटर कहेंगे। सो दिस इज अबाउट फोकस एंड एपी सेंटर। फोकस क्या है? जो पॉइंट से प्लेट्स मूव करेगी अंडर द सरफेस ऑफ द अर्थ इज नोन एज फोकस और सरफेस ऑफ द अर्थ पे जहाँ पे ये शेकिंग होगी उसे हम एपी सेंटर कहेंगे। ये वाइब्रेशन जो होती है अर्थक्वेक की वजह से वो वेव के फॉर्म में ट्रैवल करती है ऑन द सरफेस ऑफ द अर्थ और इस वेव को हम क्या कहते हैं? सेस्मिक वेव कहते हैं। सो वाइब्रेशंस caused by earthquake will travel in the form of wave और उस वेव को हम seismic wave कहेंगे। So I'll explain you again how the earthquake occurs. First, the earthquake generally occurs at the boundary. These boundaries are also known as seismic zone or fault zone. Then the plate rub against each other as they move. Sometimes the two plates get interlocked into each other and because of this the movement is prevented. As a result, the pressure builds up. As the pressure builds up continuously, the edges gives away, resulting into sudden movement of the plate and causes earthquake. The point where the edges gives away is called focus and the point vertically above the focus on the surface of the earth is known as epicenter. Vibration caused by the earthquake travel in the form of wave within the earth or along the surface of the earth. These waves are known as seismic waves. Students, you can see in the diagram the focus is there inside the surface of the earth and on the surface of the earth is epicenter and the circular dark brown circles are there. They are the seismic waves. The vibrations of the earth travel in the form of wave, and it is known as seismic wave. So this is a diagram representing how the earthquake occurs. This vibration caused by earthquake are known as seismic waves, and the instrument which is used to measure the seismic wave is known as seismograph. So what is seismograph? Seismograph is an instrument used to measure seismic waves, and scientists who study the behavior of the earthquake are known as seismologists. So, seismograph is an instrument used to measure seismic waves, and scientists who studies the behavior of earthquake are known as seismologists. The magnitude of the earthquake can be determined from the data recorded by a seismograph. We have just discussed about the seismograph. What is a seismograph? It is an instrument used to measure seismic waves, and the magnitude of the earthquake can be measured with the help of Richards scale. So Richards scale is a scale used to measure the magnitude of the earthquake. Now, if the earthquake of magnitude 2 to 4, then it will not cause much damage, but if it's between 4 to 8, then it will have a moderate effect. But if an earthquake of magnitude 8 to 9 on the Richard scale, then it will cause a lot of damage. Damage will be both to the property as well as human beings. Now, students, you might be knowing that on 26 January 2001, a major earthquake of magnitude around 7 to 8 hit the Gujarat, and because it has got a higher magnitude, it was very severe, and there was lot of loss to the property as well as human beings. So this is about the magnitude of the earthquake. Here we discuss that Richard scale is commonly used to measure the magnitude of the earthquake. बच्चों, अभी हमने देखा कि अगर अर्थक्वेक का मैग्नीट्यूड है बिटवीन 8 to 9 होगा रिचर्ड स्केल पे, तो वो जो है बहुत ही नुकसान जो है पहुंचाएगा किनको, तो के लोगों को और उनकी प्रॉपर्टी को. सो इस टाइप के अर्थक्वेक जो रिचर्ड स्केल पे मैग्नीट्यूड जिसका बहुत ही ज़्यादा होगा और वो नुकसान पहुंचाएंगे, उसे हम क्या कहेंगे? अर्थक्वेक हैजार्ड्स कहेंगे. सो जो नुकसानी अर्थक्वेक की वजह से होगी, उसे हम अर्थक्वेक हैजार्ड्स कहेंगे. सो इट कैन बी डिफाइंड एज एन इवेंट or process associated with an earthquake that may adversely affect people or property. मीन्स एडवर्सली इफेक्ट पीपल और प्रॉपर्टी का मतलब नुकसान जो है पहुंचाएगा लोगों को और उनकी प्रॉपर्टी को, तो उसे हम अर्थक्वेक हैजार्ड्स कहेंगे. अर्थक्वेक हैजार्ड्स इंक्लूड डिफॉर्मेशन ऑफ ग्राउंड सरफेस. जैसे पिक्चर में देख सकते हो कि ग्राउंड जो है पूरा अनइवन हो जाता है, उसकी वजह से जो है ऊपर का सॉलिड पोर्शन जो है वो सेमी लिक्विड में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है. उसे हम क्या कहेंगे? ग्राउंड फेलियर ड्यू टू लिक्विफिकेशन. देन डैमेज टू बिल्डिंग्स, रोड्स, डैम्स, ब्रिजेस एक्सेट्रा. Even fire will break out because of the electrical power, or gas lines are also burst because of the shaking of the earth. ये अर्थक्वेक जो है वो ओशंस और सी में भी होता है और हिली एरियाज में भी होता है. सो occurrence ऑफ सुनामी एंड लैंडस्लाइड्स आर ऑल्सो इंक्लूडेड इन अर्थक्वेक हैजार्ड्स. ये अर्थक्वेक है जो है वो नेचुरल फिनोमिना है. वो कब आए, उसकी वजह से हमें क्या नुकसानी हो, ये तो हमारे हाथ में नहीं है. बट हम जो है प्रिकॉशंस पहले से और उस टाइम पे ले सकते हैं जिसकी वजह से लाइफ और प्रॉपर्टी को जो है डैमेज कम हो. तो सबसे पहले हम जब घर बनाएंगे तो क्या चीज़ें हम ध्यान में रखें, चलो ये हम पहले देखेंगे. जब हम घर कंस्ट्रक्ट कर रहे हैं तो उस घर का स्ट्रक्चर है, डिज़ाइन है, या तो मटेरियल हम जो यूज़ करने वाले हैं वो उस तरह चूज़ करो कि वो घर जो है स्ट्रॉन्ग और स्टडी रहे, मीन्स अर्थक्वेक रेजिस्टेंस रहे. अगर अर्थक्वेक आए तो भी ज़्यादा नुकसानी ना रहे. दूसरी बात, अगर जब हम घर कंस्ट्रक्ट कर रहे हैं और वो घर जो है अर्थक्वेक प्रोन एरिया में है, मीन्स जहाँ पे अर्थक्वेक आने के चांसेस ज़्यादा हैं, तो हमें लाइट वेट मटेरियल का यूज़ करना है ताकि अगर अर्थक्वेक आए तो ज़्यादा नुकसानी ना हो. और घर में हम कोई भी हैवी चीज़ जो है रखें, जैसे सीलिंग फ़ैन है, एयर कंडीशनर है, एयर कूलर है, उसे हम फर्मली जो है लगाएं कि अगर अर्थक्वेक आए तो वो जो है गिरे तो ज़्यादा नुकसानी ना पहुंचाए. सो दीज आर द फ्यू थिंग्स यू हैव टू कीप इन माइंड while constructing the house. Two things that you have to keep in mind while constructing a building. Construction of building should be done so that it is earthquake resistance. Building in earthquake prone area should use lightweight material, and ceiling fans, air conditioner and cooler should be secured firmly. This earthquake is a natural process and it happens very suddenly and lasts only for about 10 to 30 seconds. Sometimes very intense earthquake can last for few minutes. So there are some things you have to do to save ourselves. So let's discuss what are the things we can do to protect ourselves if possible. द फर्स्ट वन, डू नॉट यूज़ लिफ्ट, जिसे हम एलिवेटर कहते हैं, ड्यूरिंग एंड आफ्टर एन अर्थक्वेक टिल इट इज़ डिक्लेयर सेफ. इंस्टेड यूज़ द स्टेयरकेस. If you are outdoor when the earthquake happens, then move away from the tall buildings, electric pole or trees which could fall and harm us. And if you are indoors, that is inside the house or office, anywhere, then take cover under a heavy table or cot, and also keep away from heavy objects that might fall and hurt us. Next, if you are in vehicle, then stay inside, and also vehicle should keep away from bridges, overpass, tunnels, and avoid stopping under the tree, light post, power lines or signals. So these are few things which you can do in little time to save oneself when earthquake suddenly strikes. As these are natural phenomena and we know that we cannot stop natural phenomena from occurring, but we can take certain precautions to protect ourselves. So dear student, let's summarize what we did in the chapter. First we saw about electrical charges, that every atom is made up of positive charge particles known as protons, negative charge particles known as electrons, and neutral particles also. If the atom is electrically charged, then we can charge it by three methods: charging by friction, charging by induction, charging by conduction. Then we saw about the mechanism of lightning, then lightning conductors, what are they, then what are the safety measures that we have to take against the lightning. Then we discussed the next natural phenomena, that is earthquake. We also discuss about the internal structure of the earth, tectonic plates, how the earthquake occurs, how it can be measured, and what are earthquake hazards. And in the last, we discuss about how we can protect ourselves from earthquake. Students, hope after this the concept of the chapter are clear, but you have to read the chapter for the proper understanding. Thank you.